wambe kuthakiukia wathani na inya ya kwatha Meru ntukwe Jumatatu tukwegoro ura wari governor wa Meru wa bathato Kawira Mwangaza wambe kuthakituria na kumeneria the national government na kumeneria courts na kwethakiwa atiro na kioto na Meru ikusalitiwa Meru ititeku narugira kambire nyekiama kiawe naruye tuchamene ndebene 2027. What happens in Meru? Political temperatures ikuinama kana irio tuina Eric KIMATHI ni mutaaramu kwa mantegie siasa tuketha tukiaria nwe rukirurerweni kenda tueleza wewe ngwari onatea na bura mwerekero kaunti ya Meru mno mantegie siasa itete ate. Karibu sana Eric.
Asante sana. Nimeshukuru sana Iboga. Captain no ntubombodera kanyarukiro narwa kanjuke kanya kakankerie muthikiria na mutegeri arabonde bare no ntubakwethirwa ngai na tucokere ngai nkatho no ntu safari nirari hindaja lakini Murungu noe arathithire wendo pawe no ntu kira kionde kia mbere imaromba twarombere na twera mwathani aethire noe athithire wendo pawe
kabisa
kwendo kwawe ni urakurakarire na we have now new sheriff in town momo mweta and then also we have a new fresh breath in terms of political siasa na ingwitikia there is a lot of hope ukategera environment territory na excitement ira akenya na expectations ikara nande Meru it's in a new birth ke chiarira jairi na ingwitikia wirigiro mu tuinabu ibubuka tomango gichomba kwiteka na kerere kira gitoma kira reku na twether nande there is now a leadership which will really needed na ikiro turayana for na leadership ni from the top na kito mingap yu irareo exited for some time nero to me to cost it a lot 2.5 years.
All right.
Tuina gap ya leadership na direction me anuje hijanja captain Budi nja kedro kuongona kyo kiti kwejanda direction nyana bongo batitobe na mwelekeo.
Sure.
It's always a leadership jeretu na yo it's also ngi center ya family. You've had leadership itayo kinyana bopo batiji naraba kagwira no nantu nyina kedro na bawe mzee no akabanga ntu bawe then kedro nya direction ya family tite na nya resource ira chirio na integrability tutumba kudatu na focus but ikeja kudako na leadership karika kiongogi sawa kiumbo karande guru na ntu bakomba kwaraniria no ntu bakuvira dinira tunacho ya niyo iratumiti nya kudako na drive in nene mono na Mumeru hedro akiona ganandi it's about time we now not only kuitia share rebel interest ila china chuo cha Mumeru tukomba kuva tuimethene nande tukiomba ku negotiate as a unity unified ila turagite
tutegere ku governor Mutuma kujukia wathani. It was a long awaited for many ke Meru bara wengi beterete untubona for the longest. Meakirina nusu kwa na kitu mwa MCs impeachments cases in courts na kinyoko tweka Mumeru atekona tangible developments kana physical kintu kona actually kini thirikari reta right some MCs bara kura in their own words nontu batino nontu bakwa ikyo tukubwithia now Eric Mutuma nyuma kuikia muthigo yo kutongoria Meru from there ukaria mutaalamu utegera siasa na kindene na itone the political goodwill members of parliament, the senators na kinya our friends from outside na members back on the assembly 47 plus na ibae urombe kuthake join the same day na are kutan the other side lakini na irishi the guy came very strong I'm back na governor go support now Meru tuirigire mbi and what ntwethingia task irere imberewe is it a bigger task kana bado akasil na akaomba kuchukanire Meru
one kambi tukikanya congratulate mheshimiwa governor the fourth governor na ntwethinkia no tubakujukia usukani kana gutukia muthiko gaina mutethi na mugwatire au safari anchoke ki kurio yaku one ima kurare na thina mono in terms of elected MPs elected MCAs no menya kambuge MCAs ire abaromba kura they also have their dream they also have plan nekeja kwethura Mutongeria wonde na no representative ya Mutongeria even though itumbije kuria is responsibility ya wanda the katiba yetu nayo, but mwananchi mono expect a delivery from Utongeria ura we cross kewe ekeje kwethura Mutongeria wo we cross kewe atukwethura ina nafasi na opportunity kune kuariria maendeleo jawe na kethura isolated then ireta ithro ina mpio mono kana ireta cold kiri mpangaratano mono keja inyaki aringi kura. But the moment there is a unity of purpose, especially if an elected MCO ko antima west ikeja kwethura kiumba gwita gusukuma a certain agenda irarari nayo, then how do we read even though na retrek budget na didi appropriate na eka na assign barabara kadidwa, but tano atena kanya ka kufuatilia because at the end of the day kuginto kitorobi. If the government existing government itiko mwana nafasi ya kurobi isina tutumba kuona Mutongeria tumba ku optimize plan chawe no tunapati gwete ina department on the kethora at least before the finance cycle withira at least mwananchi akogeta ako benefit, but then sometime urona urakora karaga MTF ikayo barabara madhaja ka wistwa because pia nyabara na mwana na MCAs atina part ya contribute to this no mwanka akari madhaja we inyeka di madhaja ezaniri kenda at least on a value ya resources zile go kijana mwananchi. But now environment ile mheshimiwa nto think ya retete ni if you look at how arambiriri people baradena probably ku baradena doubt mutumorea capacity but remember the 12 agenda kana 12 point that he raised kana inauguration statement yewe and the two executive orders yara ezandere it tells you kuna leadership. It shows leadership that nakona there is a need to sort issue ile mbele insecurity because ima security is a national government, but the county also play a critical role to ensure kureta ngwataniro kenda trisa ntobara nondo twinde Riato Utongeria batarawa kutungatira ananchi. Ikeja kudra kuina support umba kuweza na as a county government. You give kenda at least either capacity the national government kuweza you enhance it kenda mwananchi uro mbogeta kuwatika. Lakini rida Rejas mara baitiro na area remember there is also a former MCA who passed on with which was sad. It was really a sad story. Whereas we county you have a capacity to assist. Lakini ko kirite lakini nande ukarite uende menya ugai mwananchi akarite na ntoba. Yes, that shows the leadership that mheshimiwa nto I think ya started na kiyo note yawe speech yawe nerona nirie one Meru is hearing Meru now is on the track na unity area orondere embrace na Utongeria na pamoira na nde mheshimiwa we give you full support to interfere na declaration that was really a declaration we won't interfere on who you feel that nobody we tanongoge so that we give you a time ekobanga thirikari yaku na nyake that ukaenda support ira to akwa eko ensure that batu to kumara tugeta kwita kuleta mpongeri because for example kuina ruku for example doto rale akomero Utongeria batingi bagota ki national government ku negotiate non to environment you irari very hostile that now we gonna andre kubobo kucha campaign kujo kuofil kucha campaign sometimes together na Meru nayo na utegera Meru I contribution ene mono ke thirikari yatu nayo not only for the GDP but also the contribution ya kuringa kura kiro
exactly
yes ekeja kutoka kuona that's unity na leadership yure kure kiongo na ndi kikaririta methe na no kuona there is direction ya izanite it tells you there's a lot of we can gain out of it.
The government I think the fourth governor
aina
ngogene nemberewe nonto for the 2 years has been wasted.
Yes,
ubuno tutumba ko deny umabura ne ati tutumba kukana tuga miaka ile imekuwa wasted.
Yes.
Now miaka ile tigere katate karuare actually from Monday tukira yukire muma mwanka toinge kura tariki 10 mwezi na 2027 the first the second Tuesday of that month. Mutuma ngugire atatia is it inguge raisi kanimbugetia kuirta na kuirea
one iketia nguge gwita we have a lot to do we've wasted 2 years and a half and inyakethirwa ntibo wako ngugitaga we have a lot to do for the 2 years but kiranko na ikyo ne mumeru edore na patience. We give him patience to amua pressure but support. Mheshimiwa ntoi think here to deliver. One, kiambere ma task ire nene mono iku form thirikari yawe.
Okay.
See that a task because purely there is a lot expectations. Inyingi mono kumakiranto na the first month neka determine jani ewe kadiata because the risk that you submit the people that you incorporate neka ona ni a design a direction irera if you wish to have technocrat, if you wish to have politician. You see, you borrow from what previous governments na mudhomi mono. I have really discovered Mutuma is someone who study things. Yes, you study things in terms of politics na development nora socio-economic kwenda could derive agenda yako. If you look at how he speaks, it tells you mtu kiraka kudugani ombo muira manto akadugani akadigest. He really buy from every person na akaja kurai na ikitipikega ukaja kudhura kwena Utongeria omba kudhura na round table. Sit down with a round table and get views from each corner and analyze. Uno ombo mutede mono ko deliver. No, to the end of the day we Kenya Meru ni diverse. It has unique needs chiawaza now. Ikito mkuga only the first thing as I believe the executive assembly rogere that mheshimiwa panga serikali yako panga kedano kwenda kwa rain non to promise because of course promise ida thithiri ni kwitia backing ya sheria na kwitia backing ya support ya finance ko wekeja kuthura akaomba the period mieri witigere akale supplementary budget is easier kwa rain manzo budget something else it got determined because it's a task. The more it creates speculations in terms of delivering thirikari yawe kana ku form thirikari yawe if it takes so long sana without forming a government ikareta speculations and biori na tena not really a capacity but not about interest learning because everybody those bakada by anxious who become government na atikwenda because ntiko dogani akeja kudhura create that room inene mono it will create speculations and questions na anxiety ere ko no gatona thirikari
maybe they abandon to take a deep breath.
But I think the only thing you can do, don't take it strong. If a week get a rest even the end of the week because naije wedirika naije antobawe you understand na gotena time that I'm saying the best non to boa goodwill ela raero ni Utongeria na I saw yesterday they even met na met na stakeholders baba ingi na is continue consulting. If better I did very urgent that it a form the yawe are in some interest yawe either CC the barako na witanira ngoge and also there is also opportunity ya deputy governor oka mutetheria no tudaize kila mtu he do it very fast. He submit a list kenda to come to amire ngoge. You see now the moment you submit a list now kila mtu anajua thirikari no wete and then also there is a responsibility executive register now kumu expedite the entire process.
Now kato ile mtu edhigiri person
yes
non to nei presentere kwa Jumatatu na keynote speech yawe nei presenters Utongeria focused na mikire awure ati takonenkana mawirane inde ite ai Utongeria Dhomba yanto the savantship leadership udhomba you know I'm not a king ntemo nene won't be the Dhomba yanto na okolokira that statement Meru so far kinye kedera tira form thirikari we still on the process of making one Meru so far what do you expect from this young energetic visionary leader?
One there are something that manage to tagaira what is said and what is not said. Kila mtu araugire is ready kupiga safari. He understand where he came from ana kumenyara Meru yumite because he mentioned kwena safari ya Meru mheshimiwa Munya when he first became the governor. Kwena safari ya Meru ikiraito. Remember those terms inkorikana. And no kwena safari nayo recognizwa safari rare kuna former governor.
Exactly.
It tells you this gentleman is ready to serve each and every person. True. Secondly, na kwenda ku ensure that there is no wastage. Iraiku in terms of when another reader start a project, no more ensure it's complete because it's sustained. Yes. That akodiria na akomithirikeria can at least resource iracha atumirirwe kiri kwambiria
because it get into a waste.
Yes, it get a waste non to ba benefit kana koritigira benefit ya mwananchi at least aguneka non to at the end of the day, to be honest. Every government that is formed either on a plan e oteri mwananchi. But in a ni transition ijire either government probably there is a thought chiareo na mibango yareo ere oteri. For example, one of NYS, it really helped so much and he said aka initiate. Remember the cancer issue that has really became
kidogo kwa Meru Youth Service kuna issue na munda yare goji.
Yes.
I will quit that one later. Kwa munda yare goji na ni kwa MUCIACA naira.
Yes.
Iko the issues na former regime.
Yeah,
the former governor. That governor. Na kwa issue kanisa na that. Now that mutumana kwenda kuchokia that thing. Na rikana kwenda magamba still ongoing ya munda euro bado. It is not a case that is not yet over. Ndebra ana directive na directive county secretary Kempedro aita withdraw the county government it withdraw case against county public service board for example. Na what about the case ya munda goji kenda MUCIACA umba kwa community ndanu tunaona revive kenda kwenda intex just like any other. Remember irungo ngata Muranga iba yukite the same initiative bambiri the MUCIACA Muranga Youth Service Machakos Youth Service MUCIACA still Machakos Kenyani yukite that initiative the mother muchiari wa MUCIACA ni Meru etune kwire fact now what okwe MUCIACA ibi governor umbikia kubwithia at least achokia MUCIACA into full force nekethire ke function to serve the people Meru. Tikani ndibura kwa kiti daraba ka trained
kabisa
baka umana kiti baka da baina startup kit mtu akiuma training atikete udheri achoke ambire biashara chako ambo kuitethia na ambe kukeep na skills lakini akuje nje ambire ngoichi yawe bila kusumbua mtu bila kwenda kutafuta kazi. What is the miracle governor gatumira for the 2 years nekenda make sure this MUCIACA is functional just like it was Makere ya governor Kerete for example.
One issue ya case ingwitikadi na mheshimiwa Mutuma narogere the best thing is let's sort our dispute outside the court. Hiyo ni agenda because remember nya control budget na audit report ne umbere bechira nyingi mono tumikite cha magamba Meru ibati kutho chingitita chithethe ya momero na focus yawe kuthira atri if you have a dispute let's sit down round table and agree whether no to the end of the day resources Meru na chiutethi Meru. True, there is a goodwill in mono kiria tongere remember ile mheshimiwa Raim na mwire trist tugediro toga sort case ya case ile kotini at least we sit down na bishop na Catholic clergy tukare ndegoro to agree hii misunderstanding na nyara munda jojo jutombo tuteria no to akwalize na ana bachokeora na kengi na kyo iko ensure there is a supplementary budget because already there is no fund kugeta support the entire the best thing is there is a miracle iko align because at the end of the day is a leader he sees where it shows leadership that let me call the clergy the Catholic bishop sit down what can we agree that kuna damages cha vivi tuwe kuna costs involved how now we do leverage na tatombo karande kutoka etekani dia 3 Mumeru atikeje ko na baba yetu batikeje kwaga nafasi how do we deal with this issue because at the end of the day kinyabara para ya rwadiro na risira ba inayo imantu jombo karande kuro na boko agree at the end of the day because dikana there ba ero mundajora for example if the car is and there was a discussion that we are taking this particular parts of land for support for this time na miaka mina lakini ande no tudrika ni kwa maya tubatiku kifuare mogi tetethia na hii wastage ni mono kabisa na ikiongo kwira loss iratu nayo indo ayo nyingi chirareo no the previous regime decided to fight each and every person na kuona na ndi mutuma na wenezire na kuona ni leadership na kuthikira ini save time nyingi mono nikithomio kuona nya thirikari judicial kiuga we need to emphasize litigation issue nyingi ato the mawakili mbecha kana biashara but if we can sit down on the resource ikweza no inkai na ibatu tumika mwananchi it's about time we sit down and agree on benefit armunda juri jo benefit jo tuega mbene kana jo benefit ana bakiuma na resort
kwina nuntumutuma karinde na mbere there are serve deputy governor na arasavu ari na arasavu na some members basisi the current CCs the outgoing that is kwina oba na bad blood na bo nuntuba doadia do you think Nantondone Kinyam sees bad promotions cha kuinga CCs. There was some motions ya kuinga about 8 CCs. Already all of them were dropped. All of them were dropped by Tuesday. Now, the governor and the county secretary. Uro atumbako dismissed just anyhow. Remember in Angoge Kurte that office and a contract for a certain duration of time, which is very key to run the county. How will the governor relate with the current office holder, county secretary, and remember the kind of where tivitu aranite that story. Urayanete orders, but a woman memiru mbandiki barua kwa wite. Now we can castigate the then deputy governor of Kenya Teranga Chiaki with the drone. Na arawo taken to kite na kida kana table evidence. Na no ara frontier wa ne former regime umera uwe mtu atinye michamani ya cabinet. Na at the same time then governor were the former governor, for example, awire to tiri amichara ya barabate kutangwe karini, including the deputy governor. Mtu atia michamani ne we have invited na tekwa na kwa michamani ne. What will be the relationship between him and the current county secretary?
Oni nkuja ku observe Mheshimiwa Ntoinkenkia is really a sober gentleman who don't carry bitterness. You see, when especially a political seat, you tend to carry bitterness in a baggage in a mono. Na kamu comment one thing that kuita Mheshimiwa Jwambere, the first that even though we have differences, CC and CEOs, but as a supporter camp frani. Kwe beta Mheshimiwa kuona brief. Remember ukategere gitara kawera kutonyo ofisini oro. He fought everybody. You remember? Atadie Mheshimiwa. Which tells you see, Three-Car is a continuity. You see, even if
Why not going CCs?
They are outgoing CC. The batombre bakiraito kerito time. Atadie Mheshimiwa na atenda kutambua.
Alumere kubide C, alumere kubide cabinet event that.
Kapisa, and that's where we messed because at the end of the day, these are senior most drunk ya Three-Car. You see them
kinyanding
over. Inyake though take order over. They are accounting officers below, but it is very important kudra wina Three-Car ira ukariku bo akarande abo. That's what President Ruto did. Even if he had a problem na waziri Bubweru kabisa, you sit down, we serve even first or two meetings no ntoba kuwata the idea, because remember Mheshimiwa Ntoinkenkia has been out of the government for some time. Kinya briefing chairman kinya schedule cha cabinet atomba kutakwatted. For the first thing he did is to sit down abo kuona brief. You know, also as a reader, you get a brief.
Exactly.
And then you reorganize priority. Kuringana na orora mea nora ome. Na no mwankawero, this is what we did. This is what departments were doing. These are the department heads CEO parastato kanambi. These are areas ira to achieve. At the end of the day, they have plans. Kenana ndio because there is no time kuambia nande your own mind and planning. There are things that you can arrange kenda chumba kukinyira mwananchi first na mwananchi igwa huu Three-Car kuweza. There are few areas that you can align, but borrowing from what probably cabinet meetings were doing na steps ira barako wingo command mono work with Rena Muchembanyo jwa CC na kwa now we are building Meru together. That was the mantra. That was the slogan. We yes, we are building together. Na one sure that is kinyaba apopo right tangoke na nontokatiba ne kuga when the governor exit you exit period when you ko exit because kuna smooth transition handing over na otoka victimize in any way probably obakoda kiongo kyo kirathoki baraba atongerete because you work based on what you are told to do.
Your boss.
Probably there are areas that we can borrow, the technical, the areas that you can borrow from Ngugiore Itagwa. Sure. But if temono you retain them, but because no yana prerogative. Sure. Whether you feel like because he knows probably the period irembere na area ba point rate associated na bo naona mtu na strength yewe na weakness yewe. But the best thing is that the relationship yewe na kuona ni ora already that we can work. Give me your mind compared to one department for that particular period. Niona ni tie mono that Mheshimiwa Ntoithinkia, he has nothing to bad brand na the team iradeku. Ni time imeisha, time yenu imeisha, kazi yenu mali umeachia, we can borrow it from that na tuendelee na safari. Yes. Nande something else when working on Mheshimiwa Kiambiadhero, of course Kiambiadhero played dirty honestly, let's say kire Mheshimiwa really dirty to the kabisa. Yes. Yes.
Anasema sometimes no botumrebu doku no about tianta kene bakaita obaderi.
Kabisa. He really did a lot kire Mheshimiwa governor, but Murungu nombete kwa actually this family. I'm saying the media, especially Weru na team Merera supporter Mheshimiwa Ntoithinkia, and usually sometimes when you are accused without given chance ya kuitetera, sometimes as a human being you are way frustrated. You give it all to the governor that time supporting but governor the team accused wrongly, no sabotua and the rest, and then ngari utunywa stima ikura waku, you still have a family. Kenya at least probably Kenya ko Aroni it's been an issue, Kenya ko mortgage it has been an issue. Na igintoka ara period ekwe see it ko frustrate growth ya mtu has really been an issue. Na this gentleman clearly prayed dirty kire Mheshimiwa, lakini ndo kuonere wewe ngwa na rogerire kuaraniria ku mwashi marere battery office yawe come and brief me on what happened na period irere tigere ku, then we can work towards changes.
Direct mbira ku atuita kidogo ndo atuike Kinoru Stadium na rakwe na gikaro kia Catholic kuina this consecration ya bishop, the incoming bishop, anaitwa
the new one from
Tharaka. Yes, nete kuina mchamani Kinoru tukera tugeta Kinoru na few kumutegeri karau lakini ne biribili ki Eric mbere tobu iki Kinoru. Eric because no to I think is a talk of the moment, the man of the moment right now. Na kuna goodwill katika national government nawe currently
kabisa
muno the leadership at the national level. What can you tell Mumiru in this new regime?
One, there's a lot of where there's expectant. Meru are expecting kuona delivery. Na what I feel like mutumomba kuthithia it kuchokia adhi ya gitikia governor kila kituri. See,
heshima
ya OBCU. There is one thing that previous regime I started rambling started damanya gitumi airete kuthiria gitikire heshima akeria gitikio othiri ikenda kuonia metho ya Meru kantu kakaba usikumira ikantu kothiri katina space katina any ageria kudimin the office na office ira nene mono ya kuensure Mumeru ako benefit not only here but metho na international community. Kuna and the moment you ukachokia gitikire heshima will get a lot of benefit. Na tena mono continue engaging na naro period mono na to achore
na chokeni Meru
na achore babo choka Meru no baba mwa networks cha ku engage not only here but internationally. Na imenya probably ya heshima barakereto ba ikutona still we still enjoying Japan program na ira chiariku ko as an avenue gweta ko pitch idea you na kwenye ku revive links ira to the benefit ya mwananchi ingo take goodwill leo yongo atongerewa jo mention the goodwill that leadership about na atongeria yigito myoko nya atongerewa credit bemura tukiroka enda gweta ko rebe hemi no kuoni links ira chiatigere because at the end of the day siasa sometimes ni bati kurungama, and I like the way he did. He said political grandstanding ishe sahi we work together to be the benefit ya mwananchi. Leta maoni jako, leta risora tumba kutethania, open door policy ku ensure that you know itoko na mheshimiwa na ndito keta kuona mheshimiwa na governor poke na round table na uka pitch idea. That tells you that it's good, there are a lot to be done. There's a lot yumba kudhidhika na mheshimiwa I think here. Na I know you will deliver. This one, I know you will deliver because you be hands-on. Atena, the moment wanenkra technocrat, baku kana professionals, baku ku recognize
freedom in their
line, then they will also exhibit leadership yao na bombo kutele, because there is no one has a monopoly of idea. Absolutely. Even if you have today a governor, it tells you have a team that supports. You can kuga one, he knows the people that he needs, na tibati kwa has on anything. The only thing you need to do is appoint anyone he feels. Oraka igo wengo na kwenda umuteria. Eri Captain Ngodi, you can do this to non to nakwize na ije ngogero muiterete na ngogere ongea muiterete. If he knows that you input ni haza aka hesitant that come here brother, unteria could deliver this. Non to bokodorare, it's a benefit, it's a fight that we want Meru icho karadine
right. Kango choke igoro tuma kimantonto igoro former governor narumire strongly namba kwithira akiwa wekarere kwa puppet governor governor okwirwa okwa remote control governor na wa awa unikanda regire kwa the remote kana puppet governor yorori kuthai my former deputy.
You see, the former governor is in the process of hearing. You see, acceptance. But honestly, you had a chance in any mono, all right?
To redeem
yourself. The first time Akwa Swainin, he had a lot of good works, but he never utilized an opportunity. The best thing, with a monopoly, you consult, because each and every reader utari either at professions barato ina bontorene either MCA and input ya wene kitu mikatiba a create an office of an MCA a executive either national government and a county a replica idrikare na nya word means na nya opinion Utongeria na then the member for the state iketho godoro tumba ku balance and respect a working environment irawe nayo, then you start blaming that and aregere kwa puppet like tugani. You failed to deliver, you lack leadership qualities. The only thing you knew was could drive in an chaos. I'll tell you why. Kawera decided to drive, Kreanda could drive a chaos, he can do take a realize weakness here. Okay. Because I think I could realize a weakness at the comba, but now he decided to create a chaos. Non to every at the combare. Menya oka mberia ku suffer inferior complex na tena na ndoke ya kuona huyu tukanire uzo nkamwa kana
I'm about to say
you see, I'm the boss being, you see, the moment a CC wins in the river ministry, you take credit.
Exactly.
At the moment the county assembly MCA wins developing ward, you also win because you are the executor. You go co-execute the idea. MCO the other time I had choi budget na plan wikira solar panels na investors ba baingi. Lakini then you better because you don't want, for example, Moshimo Mochoi on the rest on a but you see the moment another community win. For example, Antobara bakona stima kana bakona wind pan na investment na ana bakona ngoge, you both take credit. Nanya problem mucho okarugora
most likely no.
You go get urugore na dito ragure kitate. And because you still our senior most leader. But when you lack leadership qualities na want to drive in confusion na kerere mtutumba kwa the kerera, that's a problem. But I hope the leadership ya Mheshimiwa Ntoithinkia when he open a
big lesson actually.
The big lesson. Politics is also the same. Yes, another mete from Mheshimiwa ana history ya Meru kari na if he has an opportunity now with any experience in any mono ko work towards success ya Meru no ntoko na governor ambere na vision. Governor Biden na vision. Pero wabadatu na vision. Na wen kanya kakuna ndo bana iko keria kuona kiri challenges you na failures zira bombere kwa sex. Where can I put an input to ignite the development agenda ya Mumeru?
All right, kangu chok Bwana Eric.
Yes.
Nara kusire the national leadership.
Yes, yes.
Indirectly,
yes.
Nara wire bara ukaicha twanya twakwa. Ni ibari to an extent ya kuchokia nkadho ki national leadership endiguru. Okay, definitely kuwa mutuma na chokerie President Ruto nkadho nuntobwa contribution yake tuans we kuyokia mudigo yo Meru. What do you have to say about that? Is it an attack to the president or?
Yeah, it's really an attack. Kogeriere, you Kawira Atishwa who did this. But you see, Rigo is Wakiri Bature, law is very clear.
The law is clear.
The law is very clear. And the good thing about KCJ, Judge Ojo, the moment that Ogere cut off the case, watcha, I didn't take it very positively. Because even if conservative owned that particular time, then people would
and extend 420 days. But we're ruling within
that particular time. Ako extend Korea, no mbere kuona an alternative that could create a perception that someone is being fought. We give you an avenue to justify case yaku. No an avenue or eta wakili yaku no gamba na submission chako dhidya na judge during based on what you kuna ndio tumbako blame someone njara enirare ku nonto onia actually ne ondagwerero when because sometimes there was a bitterness that conservative on an area could for that time but when I sat down and studied judge the court itenda ku carry the blame. Let's give this reader who says ni gender na this is their forces and political na igure interest ya politics siasa ila kuna ne greenery a lot of political interest. Let's listen to the case to pay timeline to and I'll give also the calendar case the span of time that in tumire inyoro o dikirite case no fuatirite submission ciao no ro domere case ore kari no ro dikirite no kuona o ro did application you team ya Kawira really didn't justify that they were disadvantaged kirikisi yo no ndio to but kugatere that ako arina kuna mchezo ichezo igitarira eja wa conservative no mutethaya. See, we also need to answer because no mutethaya nyakira winre on the Senate.
Yes. The first and second.
Ko you kakweri ire tugaga siku ya nyani kufa no mwanka kwate anywhere but the story wewe at the end of the day ikakinya mwicho
narugira kinya no by 2007 akadana kiama kya Utongeria zone a political party and at the same time narugira kiwa kupatana kwa ndebe 2027 akawira akethera eligible ikinyek you know this citing ketumira kesi en Sonko but the Senate Sonko kesi kena Senate na termo ka Supreme Court and actually na mikiri kinyeki East Africa Court of Justice Sonko na ageria kuromba kura 2022 kure cha governor Terecha Mombasa but IBC ne murungamiria mwira you were impeached na kulingana na watho utiomba kura tutombo certify run for an office nonto you are impeached waituto kinyana egerie after kwa impeached na agerie 2022 lakini kulingana na brokesi Sonko etere i retrieved nacho kile nyuma Kawira na chance 2020 kwa active in politics maybe kuromba ite kana maybe a back someone else to oust the current or even the other government that was maybe our passive mundo kisiasa.
There are two things Kawira want to do. Kido masture wegoro. You want to be active siasa. Lucky with Gashagwa too, but also want to start a political party, identify individuals within respective constituencies that omba koronge kana kiama kiawe through the influence yawe na ngitewe. That tells you he is on a revenge mission. One, you see, of course, when Mugoroba Dironka that is on a revenge mission, is dissatisfied and probably a bitter person. Through one, I don't know, judicial system cheto, at least ni waga when you have an active court case, probably win still a chance, fighting chance. If an court of appeal one ariwe, you never know, because tutuma kwa area at the bench, or bench koti kauba. But if at event that get a chance to run an office, then akenda monoko reactive and create an event, create a team. Ireyomba ku charge probably barabe kuno to ayugwa ne abunge kana ne MC akedo planta. Jora ambiri te kaire ndikana eta odine achora oro chindere exactly ku intimidate at least nyaba bomba ko ba choka.
Now on the same breath.
Yes.
Kawira Sonko nare na active case.
Yes.
In court.
Yes.
Na nare sababu no to case yake tayari determined the Supreme Court.
Yes.
By the time Toromba Kura 2022, case ya Sonko nare active.
It was active, yes.
Supreme Court. Very active.
Yes.
Ne tayari kugitwa gamba nare chances, as you've just said, system chetu chedirikari.
Yes.
You have chances. Chia kucha kuitetera, either you clear name, either declared we no run for an office. Kinyaga kudra timers. We ukiloneita but we na chances ya kucha kuromba. But Sonko still na haturoka anya kuromba gitiki ya governor Mombasa County
na ticket ya wiper
yes na hatu kuromba gitibu na already na inda tax na ndika na mno Kalonzo akireta thina mno akiwa
agodi na yawa
akwa right fundamental right ya bridge. Now based on that precedent, Kawira inwe kinya ketha ina kinya kotuika kisi kigeta Supreme Court na ya kinya 2027 when this case is active na ata cleared by the courts aina chances za kuromba based with what happened to Sonko's case.
Based on the story re Sonko na Waitito, I think it's very difficult mono kinya. I think also Washagwa thing it will be a difficult koran non to banya public interest non to nyao declare public interest kieto mione pressure ya IBC korega ko clear. It becomes an issue sana mwanka IBC re ko clear na nyao etrinya kotini, but I don't know the case in Tejanero. But the only thing Kawira want to do, I stated, Kawira will be on a revenge mission. Either one could discredit the regime, two could ensure the elected members baraba variant aka ensure that I could place
Bonde.
You know, you see,
no, Eric, it's
a 9 constituency.
9 plus the women rep and the senator. Those are 12.
Yeah, akageria ko revive. You see, we have a political.
That pressure?
You know, pressure need anyone. But we have as a problem a political literacy levels, especially the lower class. In the lower ranking ya community, it's still very low. The ready wewengo unless we continue having a civic education and discussion it to meet the enlightened wengi mono actually get to me onanya temperatures ile cha riku na gitareu chombere no tuzombere kwa area Meru na tomba ko watandera na at least let's wait for judicial processes to take effect. What I'm saying is that we have a problem with a community that we need to discuss. Nonto ekeja kuthirwa tutibera urakuri na but akili yongo ya siasa na compromise the system dinero maapile kwani Kawira it's better you fight your battle within the corridor of justice and let the government be learned because you're given an opportunity no tromba Quran yo na igure akauga kibao akamidia kibao remember na
agachoka kibao yes
kibao
agachoka kibao aboni ngwira
outre na becherete na mbi na ngwira itete.
Exactly.
This goes now ball to the new executive leadership iraiko. I would appeal kile mheshimiwa to think one, you may feel narogira kaheshima Kawira Mwangaza,
sure,
but not ignore Kawira Mwangaza.
Okay.
That's only you mheshimiwa rero na anaikete mgokora leadership ni wekari.
Not talking politically.
Yes, yes. Na raugire wengo amheshimiwa rawe non to of course kumanya no onereke wa no tumiringai ona ke wageko na which is recommendable na ngutikia ikete mgona mheshimiwa to think ya to carry burden na to carry pain. But what I'm trying politically, you may respect mheshimiwa Kawira Mwangaza, but not ignore Kawira Mwangaza to compromise government from inside, very careful, or outside. Non to. I remember time ire kereito kibao kira kereito when ako assume kibao kira kereito kiamurire mono na isi mtogere nekengo kwera denera to nayo.
Question comes here.
Yes.
Eric ukia kwitha kibao nende giachoka ina kibao kikirare for the last 2 years and a half.
That's a question. You see,
nonto atomba ku justify that rana kibao. Actually kibao kiki turite nende according to kulingana na statement yake goro ukia kwitha kibao kya white kyatura kyeneringe kitiki okolea na all that.
Yes.
Tutona kibao kya okolea kitutalia machabu ndani kiroke in public.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Na kinyere abu the chair ile ita governance briefing.
Yes.
Na abu the chair.
Yes.
Na ikiare live on TV.
Yes.
Na ya social media.
Yes.
Tutona kia kibao atala machabu ya thirikari I pay salaries with these.
Yes.
Ndauta project inana bi machabu wengwa kibao ne the auditor general control of budget atala machabu kibao kiu kikwenda kwa revived kireke kiro nyumba kiachoka atia kwa put in the current thinking into kwa account for every coin yake the current thinking. For example kila wewe ngwa tomba kuonia Meru machabu yau ya boroto na mbeche dikari.
This is what kwa dochoke kiruekeo na mheshimiwa Idhiri did say something and there's another committee and the National County Assembly could investigate what the 48 billion, I think almost 50 billion Meru to investigate and give a report. That report will help team ya mheshimiwa Toithinkia kugeria kwariria Meru backed namnae na audit reports na you discuss when an audit report ikethoreja no ba ku discuss the report na ku compare that will help mheshimiwa Toithinkia kena tuambire kugatire this is what mheshimiwa Toithinkia did and success is chaweka riojo na kibao kikyo ba kina respond na kina kyo I don't want mheshimiwa Toithinkia to respond to Kawira Mwangaza. How would as a political way on kimi study ndiko na level ya mheshimiwa Toithinkia kurunga makirengone correspond na Kawira Mwangaza. It will be mheshimiwa Toithinkia ku invite chaos kaire ki discussion ya within ambere. So something we usually say, development talk speaks for itself. Kwekyo Kiaru member of parliament ndinyora araugire goro utumba kurikana kira kibakia ugire but you can see what he did.
An example na
sometimes sirens kibawe ngwe governor to focus on kukeria barabara area focus plan ya mheshimiwa Toithinkia just remain with your plan irawe nayo focus na plan hiyo uka invited when Kawira Mwangaza thrive in chaos na confusion if you amwa weekend au nio aije ko mono ya kaura au takene na koyo no karinga taka kana band fish see man fish nenda au itakupita sana but because you want to bring sanity within respect ya executive na something else uka parade CC and then there are boardrooms that you can sort. What are the ipindi ya Kawira kuga toka nyara report that was really parading CC na asking questions that were not really well boga mono sort issues chenu na CC baku na questions within the boardroom but to chaos cha batoretara screening it also help retain iratugaga credibility na tena trust na